Okay, good morning. It's 8 o'clock. Thanks for being here. We got 20 of us ready to roll. The weather's perfect. We've had great weather this last week. We cannot complain about much. So it is September. We're past Labor Day. It's kind of nice to have an early Labor Day in the real estate world. We're past that, and we have exactly 1/3 of the year left. And a lot of people, I'm hearing this already, it might just be the groups I'm in, but I'm hearing a lot of business planning coming up. And it might be me, and I'm faulted. I have a lot of faults, I'm sure, but it really irritates me when we start talking about 2026 in September. So we cannot start plans for 2026 without finishing really strong, right, in 2025. And so it's a little irritating to me. So if you think about the end of the year, if December is kind of a results month or a month of closings, because if you think about it, if you're having a good September, it's not because the interest rates went down in September. You're having a good September because you did something right in July and August, right? Maybe even in June. And so if December is the results month of the year, meaning you can do some prospecting, obviously, at the beginning of the month and still have a closing for your 2025 numbers, but you can't, a lot of times it's for the 2026 effort. So as you start talking and thinking with whoever circles you're in or whatever offices you're in, and you guys start doing business planning, if you do it in October, do a 14-month business plan. If you do it in September, do a 16-month business plan. I think the best way to finish this year, regardless of what your business plan has been for 2025, is just to revisit and rehash out how's it going, what can I do better and finish the year. So I'm going to share some things with you today, and we are going to watch another video because this seems to be what we do on Wednesday mornings. I wanted to share this with you. So, and I'll push this out to everybody. Hopefully you'll go through it, but I want to just go through this with you a little bit. If December is a results month, any business planning that you do or any activity that you create September, October, November, you'll get closings along the way, but it's all going to be activity-based stuff. And so, there's many, many different philosophies out there about business planning right now, and doing a 12-week business plan. There's a great book about that. And so you do it by the quarter, but you do have to have some big goals. I think finishing the year strong is filling out a form like this and being real with yourself. And here's what the form is. This was created, by the way, when I was an agent, and I sat down with Susan Blanford, and Susan, I was just kind of at a stalling point for some reason. I don't know if I quit prospect. I don't know what was going on, but she said, well, tell me your top 5 prospects. And I think I had 2, right? And so you go through your top prospects, and these are real people. These aren't, well, I met someone at an open house that's the only person I've talked to in the last month. I mean, write down names. You might have 1, you might have 5, you might have 10, but get your top 5 listed out. When's the last time you contacted them? And how do you create some urgency? How do you help them understand how to get down the path of which they started with you? It could be, things like interest rates. It could be school already started. It could be a builder that opened up a new phase. It could be they have to get to Florida before winter. Whatever. Figure it out. Write down your top 5 prospects. And then it's good to review this middle section right here. It says current year to date activity levels. This isn't a shaming process. This is, what have I done? And maybe there's something that you've done really well. Maybe if you wrote down, hey, I took 20 listings, then start next to that, source out where they came from. And if you took 20 listings and 18 of them were expireds, you probably ought to work pretty hard at expireds here at the end of the year. So the other thing that you want to go into to create business are these activities. So month 1, month 2, month 3, that would be September, October, November. And then December will fall into your 2026 business planning, and you'll live the great December of results. But the first one is prospecting hours. And how many open houses, these are activities, how many sales meetings. And you might say, well, I don't need to go to a sales meeting. I kind of know everything that's going on in the business. You don't know what the other 4, 5, 10, 20 agents in your office are struggling with or succeeding with. And our collaborative culture allows us every Tuesday, pretty much, to be able to share that information with each other. So those top 3 things are important. Number 4 says CMAs sent. And the CMAs can be the texting that we've talked about over the last few weeks in your offices. And then also, I think we touched on a little bit in the mastermind. Maybe I'll include that to a follow-up, a recording of this too. But client event invites. So we're getting into some fall festival stuff. We're getting into some Christmas stuff or holiday stuff. Some of you have fall client events. And so who can I add to that list? And direct mail orders is number 6. That's quantum, obviously. And then listing appointments. How many listing appointments do I want in September, October, November? You got to project some of that out. Personal notes are really powerful, by the way. I think we're discounting some of these little things because we want to sit on the phone and call expireds and FSBOs so much, or circle dial. We got to, during those sessions, it's nice to end with maybe some personal notes to closer people. Then when you ask for the referral, it's a lot smoother. So purposeful conversations, combos or conversations. I'm going to reiterate what that is. And I'm throwing a lot at you today, by the way. And, it'll be fine. You can handle it because you'll be able to sit down with this stuff. But number 9 says purposeful convos. Purposeful conversations are you're scrolling Facebook and somebody got a new puppy, right? So I know some of you are tired of me talking about this, but you could literally like that post. You could send them a message on Facebook. You can make a comment, or you could have a purposeful conversation and call that person. And it could be, like, we've got a lot of people with a lot of clients right now have kids that are going back to college, or they have gone back to college in the last few weeks. It's a good time to check in on them. And then ask for the referral. And then 10, 11, 12 are conversations with your circle of influence, with expireds and FSBOs. And so these aren't phone calls. These aren't even attempts. These are actual conversations. And you could say, I'm going to call for an hour and talk to one person, or you could say, I'm going to call until I talk to 20 people. 2 different things. So, and then the last one is your total conversation. So I think if you filled this form out today, tomorrow, shared it with somebody in your life, like your manager, I think you'd have a really, really good ending to the year because you'd be purposeful, right? And so it is football season. And by the way, with the end of the year, we do have a little bit of a tailwind that's going to help with us. I don't know if you've noticed the interest rates did bump down the last couple of weeks, but we can't rely on a tailwind, and many of you don't anyway. You got to find more motivated buyers and sellers who aren't susceptible or reliant on an interest rate change. They have motivation outside of that, right? And I think we've done a great job as a brokerage this year on getting people really in tune to making a move for their personal reasons or needs versus, oh, I just think I want to do this. I think our pre-qual has gotten a lot better this year. So as we roll into fall, and it's felt like fall the last couple of weeks weather-wise in Indiana anyway, and it is football season, there are many, many analogies in the sport of football that can be correlated directly to sales, especially real estate sales. When I was new, Tom Prahl always talked about blocking and tackling. Blocking and tackling. And if you understand the sport of football, you understand it literally is just about blocking and tackling. Now, the glory goes to the quarterbacks and the running backs and the receivers, but it's really the grunt work of blocking and tackling, and it's all technique. It's all technique and what you did before the game that makes you successful. So I came across this video of a guy named Tom Moore. Tom Moore was a football coach, quarterback coach for Peyton Manning and stuff. And I want to show you, it's a 10-minute video about Tom Moore. But I want you, when you listen to it, I don't know if you take notes during this, but by the way, there are a few bad words, but they bleep them out. It's NFL Films. So I want to prep you for that until you get offended. But listen for quotes that you could correlate directly to your business today, because they're sitting there.
Shane Steichen.
How you doing?
Yeah, pleasure.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah, I heard a lot about you.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
Got this for you. Got the stuff.
Hey, Coach. Shane Steichen.
How you doing?
Yeah, pleasure.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah, I heard a lot about you.
Congratulations.
Yeah,
Happy for you. Got the job.
appreciate it.
Nice place.
Yeah, it's a great place. I know you had a ton of success here.
I worked there 13 years.
Yeah,
It's a lot of great memories.
no doubt about it. Heard a lot of great things about you while you were here. Glad you're still doing it. It's unbelievable. It's awesome.
Meet Tom Moore. He's been doing this a long time. 46 years to be exact.
There's a guy who's a heck of a coach. That's Tom Moore. He's the offensive coordinator, and he was at Pittsburgh with Chuck Noll and the Steelers.
He's been with the Steelers, Vikings, Lions, Saints, Colts, Jets, Titans, Cardinals, and Buccaneers.
It's just my ride to the games when I was a ball boy. He'd pick me up every Sunday.
I met this sucker in Fairfield, Connecticut back in 1974. Long time ago.
He's amassed over 6 decades of football knowledge, won 4 Super Bowls, and influenced countless players, quarterbacks in particular.
You know, Terry Bradshaw had Tom Moore.
From Terry Bradshaw to Peyton Manning, Carson Palmer to Tom Brady, and now Baker Mayfield.
I mean, I'm 29. He's been coaching for 46 years. It's crazy to think about, and I just respect him so much.
You wake up quite early, don't you?
2:30.
In the morning. I'm the second one in. Tom's in a good hour and a half before I am. So to do that at his age and still be very sharp and very helpful as well, unbelievable, unbelievable.
Hey,
At 85, Moore is still going.
on your short end, make sure that you run through the football.
Thanks to a love for the game and a few core principles, or Mooreisms.
It's a simple game, but it just ain't easy. It's simple. I mean, block this guy. That's simple. But it's not easy, so you got to be taught technique and fundamentals. When I was at Pittsburgh, we spent the first day of training camp teaching everybody on the team how to block and tackle by the numbers. Every year.
So many football principles that he instilled in me. You know, one of Tom's old saying is, it's the team that goes the hardest, the longest.
That's the guy that wins. For you to go the hardest, the longest, you have to know exactly what to do and how to do it so you can play fast.
We have no half-speed routes, right? If you're going to run a route, run at full speed.
Now, that's in practice. Don't give me that stuff. I'll get open in the game. He ain't going to throw it to you unless he knows you're going to get open and catch it in practice. Run again. Run again. It's completion out there somewhere. It's up to you to find it.
I really like Tom Moore's offense because when we throw the ball, there's a completion out there somewhere.
Yeah.
And it's up to me to find it. Goal line offense. It's 2 guys in a phone booth. Nobody knows what a phone booth is anymore, Tom. You know, I hate to tell you.
That's the way it is. I mean, you play a goal line offense, defense is room. So either you whip him or he whips you. It's very simple. 3rd and 3 against the Patriots in a championship game. Jeff Saturday made the block of the century. Put us in the Super Bowl.
We'll give it to Joseph right up the middle. He scores with a minute left.
Big hole that time by that offensive line.
Jeff Saturday. Whoa!
2 guys in a phone booth.
I heard of Coach Moore, heard of the Mooreisms prior to ever meeting him. And I was like, this guy's got to be a made-up character. There's no way, like, he's still doing this. And I get here, still doing it. And he absolutely loves it.
6-5-3 scramble. 3-7-1 bad snap. 2-5-7 sack.
Does every meeting. He's out at practice every day, travels with us, helps out on the sideline. He sees an opportunity to give little tips and pointers, he'll do it.
Hey, quarterback, that's 1, 2, 3, throw the mother away. If you get sacked, I think there's like less than a 7% chance you'll score a touchdown on that particular drive. So it's 1, 2, 3, throw it away.
1, 2, 3, throw the
throw away.
So many expressions and phrases that we did a top 10 t-shirt, Late Night with Tom Moore from Terre Haute, Indiana. And he was so proud of it. He loved that t-shirt. He found out where I had it made, and he called the company, and he got like 200. Then he went to Tampa and got them in red. I see people all the time, yeah, I got one of Tom's. I'm like, of course you do. He hands them out like business cards.
This is what it's all about.
Yeah, man. Who's still here when you were here? Nobody.
I'm 19th century. I draw everything up by hand. All my past patterns. I receive emails, but I don't send them. Don't even have a clue how to.
We taught him the text, which was a major breakthrough. Hurry up, Tom. But, you know, I can hear him calling plays to me in my sleep. Dice left, scat right, Frisco right, out corner on one. Fun offense to play in. He designed that offense around the players.
Good call.
My second year, we were going up to Foxborough, and the week before, Marvin and I had thrown kind of a slant and go for a touchdown.
Caught, touchdown! What a throw by Peyton Manning!
So I came to him before the game in Foxborough. I said, hey, Tom, Marvin and I have been working on kind of a slant, go, slant, right? And I still remember it like it was yesterday, very first drive. We got done about the 15-yard line and he said, okay, Peyton, here we go. Let's go dice right, scat right. Just run whatever the you and Marvin been working on. And we called it and we scored a touchdown.
On the slant, touchdown, Indianapolis. Marvin Harrison. And he talked to us yesterday about a secret play, Brent.
You know, Gus, this could have been it. You're just going to see Harrison go up, give a little in, out fake, double move. Ty Law freezes him just long enough. Peyton Manning threads the needle.
Is that a play? Yeah, that's a new play. That's a new play that we have in.
I think that's what has allowed him to fit in on so many coaching staffs and connect with so many players. It is never about Tom Moore, ever. It is all about, like, you know, Peyton would send him plays that he liked, and that's what Tom Moore would put together for Peyton, right? It's always about the player.
More quick hitting stuff?
Yeah.
Okay. Alert throws?
Yeah.
Quick game's good?
No. He made you a better coach because he wanted answers. Before he'd come to Saturday night meeting, he may be watching Tennessee play Florida. Peyton would come down to our meetings and say, Tom, Florida did this to Tennessee. Now, if that happened to us, what are we going to do? Well, it's an answer. So you better have answers.
Moore always seemed to have the answers.
If I called this and they stopped this, I got an answer to it. That answer right there won us the Super Bowl against the Rams.
Whether it was turning the Steelers' vaunted running attack into a Bradshaw, Swan, and Stallworth aerial assault.
And it's a touchdown for Pittsburgh on the bomb to Stallworth.
Unleashing 3 of Barry Sanders' best seasons as a pro.
Holy mackerel, what a run by Barry Sanders.
Helping a receiver break the single-season record for catches twice.
Herman Moore, what a grab.
Touchdown, Marvin Harrison.
Engineering the Colts offense that won Super Bowl 41.
The Colts are world champions.
Or helping coax one more championship out of Tom Brady.
Way to go, baby. Thanks, baby. Way to go.
Tom Moore's done it all, except be an NFL head coach.
I was talking to Bill Walsh today, and you know the guy that he's impressed with? Tom Moore.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, that's well.
In fact, he was asking me how old Tom Moore is because he was saying there's a guy that ought to be a head coach. I mean,
I interviewed for one pro job, and that was the Detroit Lions. And they gave it to Rod Marinelli, and that's okay. Everybody has roles, and once you find out what your role is, be the best that you can be at it. There's 6 things up there that can really get you off base. Greed, jealousy, boredom, death by inches, bitching, and agendas. And I've always had those in front of me and made sure that none of those caught me. This morning, I was here at 3 o'clock. When I can't be here at 3 o'clock, then it's starting death by inches, and it's time to go.
As he always told me, retirement is overrated, and the fact that he's still going just tells you he's a football lifer. He loves football, and I think football has loved him back.
How you doing?
I'm doing great.
You look great.
Great.
I love seeing you out here doing your thing.
I love my job. It's all I've ever done. It's all I ever wanted to do. I've lived a dream.
Anybody want to share with me anything they got out of that they can relate to real estate? I mean, I don't know if it's me or not, but I'll share one. And then if you got something to share, it'd be great. But I love the end of that when he said death by inches. It takes me right back to the Mike Ferry retreat. I think it was last year in July, or it might have been in January, where he talked about his schedule. And if you're off your schedule for 3 days or 2 days, now you actually have a new schedule. That could be related to Tom Moore's death by inches. If you get off just a little bit here, pretty soon that's your new habit, right? And it's just really a lot of discipline that goes into a 46-year career with that success. So, Doug, you're a football guy, right? Now you're a real referee. Not that you haven't been for 50 years or whatever, 30 years. Did you get anything out of that you could relate to real estate sales?
Here's what I would say is that he developed plans and executed plans and talked about that specifically, how he worked with what he had to get what he needed to get. And if you do that, you're going to win.
Yeah, I love it. That's it. And that's the gist of how sports or any kind of challenging competition maybe relates to sales directly for people. And so the simple but not easy, and it wasn't an 80-yard pass that got the Colts to the Super Bowl between Marvin and Peyton. And God, do I miss Peyton Manning. It wasn't that pass. It was Jeff Saturday's technical block that got them the touchdown. And that is the most boring thing you could work on, is your footwork and blocking. It's the most boring thing you can do in real estate sales, is work on your dialogue, right? And so anybody else get anything out of that? Or are we just getting jazzed am I the only one that cares about football right now? I might be, and I don't care. I'm fine with it. I know
I think one of the things I got from him was it's going back to the basics and knowing, I mean, like every preseason in camp, they did the fundamentals and just perfected technique. And that was one of the things, that I thought was interesting. So
yeah, it is very simple, right? And so love it. Thanks.
And I think one of the takeaways I got was the team that wins is the team that works the hardest, the longest. Yeah. And I think that really applies to what we do in real estate, because you hear about, you brought it up in the beginning, you're not really thinking about your plan for next year. You need to be thinking about how you're going to finish this year. And you got so many agents that get to October, November, December that they're not working hard the longest. They're thinking about whatever they have already had success in for the year and what they're going to do next year, not how they're going to continue what's been successful for them this year for 3 more months.
Well, and it's so much more fun to daydream with a goal for next year than it is to sit down for 2 hours and say the right words to the right people. It's just more fun. And it's really, it's the grinding work of blocking and tackling, like you're saying, and who goes the longest, the hardest, the longest. I just love that stuff. Peyton Manning, I think it changed his career having Tom Moore, because he heard him say, and if you understand watching anything about Peyton Manning, he was a student of the game to the extent that he took the words, there's a completion out there somewhere, you just have to find it. And when I heard him say that, and I'm thinking as a realtor, I said to myself, there's a listing out there right now. It's up to me to find it. And right now, within a certain radius of where you're sitting, there's a listing right now. And so you got to go the hardest, longest. So, and he wasn't a head coach, Tom Moore, but he talked about knowing your role. The problem with residential real estate sales and realtors are, you're the player and you're the coach. You're the business owner and you're the employee. And so you have to be able to tell the employee what to do, and the employee has to listen. So I want to share something with you along those lines that we developed in Brownsburg about a year and a half, maybe 2 years. I don't know. We put together what we call a daily scorecard. And this is going to be maybe a little boring compared to an NFL Films video. But if you started your day using this scorecard, now I like competition, right? And so keeping score always related to me. It may not to you. You can forget about the points if you want to, but here's the activities. If you're doing a prospecting session and you filled this out for yourself, you got to start it with, before you start your prospecting in your scorecard or whatever, you have to have your mind right. So that's what the gratitude's about. And it can be writing a handwritten note, make you feel better. It can be literally saying a gratitude, or however you're going to get yourself through that in that day. And then here's the non-negotiables, this box right here, this thing right here. These are the non-negotiables of your prospecting session. And this was just based on 10 new conversations, not follow-up conversations, because those are sometimes easier. I got to find 10 new conversations today. How did I do? Right? And if you complete all those, you get 10 points. Meaning if you complete 8 follow-up calls, we included follow-up texts, and that became the softer side of the prospector is there really, is texting really a good follow-up, or is a conversation better? I'm telling you, I don't like the fact that we fall to texting because we avoid the conversation, but texting is a very valid follow-up way. And we talked about texting CMAs from your website, your Cole Carpenter website. That's going very well for a lot of people. You just got to be consistent with it. You got to go harder, longer. And then the center of influence, purposeful contacts, we talked about that at the beginning, that just get 2 of those in. So if you had 10, 8, this is right here, that's 24 touches, right? And I would say that's 18 really great ones. And you might say, well, I don't have 8 people to follow up with. Okay, go find them today in a new conversation, so tomorrow you have it. And then this is 1 real estate review, and then you get your points. And then if you take 10 minutes at the end of that, and you start thinking, how did my dialogue go? Did I use a dialer today and it sped up my contacts, right? Or however, was there a new contact method? Just analyze how it went for you, and how you can get a little bit better. Don't just wake up tomorrow and be like, I'm going to do that again, and go from there. And then you gotta spend a little bit of time at the end of that figuring out what objections did I hear when I was calling. Say you're going to call expires today. What were the objections that I heard? What worked when I handled that objection? What was my objection handled that worked? And literally write it out. You know, I could brag on Jeanette Hamill all day, and she wouldn't like it. But I mean, the objection handler when the expired listing says, "Well, my best friend has had my listing." You know, she had a great objection handler, and she has 2 listings for a total of over $1 million worth of listings right now from that 1 objection handler, I'll say. Now she's putting in the grinding work. And then here, what didn't work, right? And then write down, well, when I stumbled or when I said this, it turned the conversation that way and didn't work. And then you score yourself, and then get ready for the next. This is down here. Get ready for your next call session tomorrow. And I'll talk about Natasha Johns. She calls 5 people in her sphere of influence every day. Well, is that spreadsheet ready for the next 5 tomorrow? Right? I'm pretty sure it is. So this daily scorecard is in, I don't know if everyone has access to it, but I'm going to share this, and I'm going to share this with you, and I'll share the texting thing. And my hope is that you'll just kind of take this video of Tom Moore and that 46 years of being in the trenches and apply it to sales. Apply it to your business. Have a little fun, and really get a little bit better. Now Regina is going to step in. Now Regina was a Colts cheerleader. I think you got to cheer in a Super Bowl. Is that right? Or no, it was an All-Star game.
Yeah. No, I went to Pro Bowl. I went to Pro Bowl.
Pro Bowl. Yeah, that's what they call it.
Asked to go to Super Bowl.
Yeah.
1995 when they dropped the pass, the Hail Mary.
Oh,
Jim Harbaugh's
that was Jim Harbaugh's pass in the end zone. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the year I went to Pro Bowl. But the nice thing about that was back then, the coaching staff for the AFC and NFC teams were the people that lost and didn't go to the Pro Bowl. So the coaching staff for Pro Bowl for the AFC was the Colts staff.
Nice.
So I was in Hawaii with all the Colts staff and Jim Harbaugh and Will Bird and Marshall Falk. So it was the four of us staff. So it was good. But what I was going to say is your scorecard, I put it in the comments with in that September to Remember event right now. That's like a scorecard, right? And Carpenter's giving prizes with it, but it's giving you tasks to do. And you get points for every task that you do. You get some points. And so that's another scorecard people could be using.
I'll share that real quick.
It was a great video, though. Very inspiring. I want to find it or if you send it out, I want to go over the 6 items he said at the end.
Yeah.
I like that. Stop bitching was a good one, but I want to hear the other 5.
I like that one too. That's good as a parent, but when your kids get old enough and they realize it's for them anyway, bitching doesn't get you anywhere. You got to use it on yourself. This is the September to Remember. You all have this. If you don't have this, please reach out to me. But you're getting points and we're doing big drawings. I think we're giving away a beach house. It's a $650,000 beach house in a third world country. No electric, no power. You will get a security guard. Now the security guard, I don't know if he has a knee maker way. He sleeps a lot, and you'll get a little bit of suntan lotion. And you can go there anytime you want if you can survive the trip. We're going to give that away. And then we're giving away a bunch of other little prizes throughout the week. The idea is this: get some activities going, and they're boring and redundant. But run the patterns full speed during practice, and you'll get a lot better. Your October, November, December is going to be outstanding. So, okay, that's September 3rd's Mastermind on Wednesday morning. Thanks for being here. Let's go have a great week. Thanks, guys.